Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing today? Okay, the other day I had done a video on what different parts of the country, even the world, look like in the supermarkets, okay? And a subscriber in the UK had sent me a lot of pictures. And the one picture that she sent had, in the refrigerated section, HP brown sauce and this Heinz salad cream in the refrigerated section where eggs and milk would have generally been. Okay, so she sent me an article, and funny enough, the picture was in the article as well. So, and it says HP sauce and salad cream in fridges. Shoppers mock supermarkets for filling empty shelves with unexpected products amid shortages. Well, yeah, because why are you putting non-perishables in the refrigerated section? You don't do that. It's like you're trying to cover up what everybody is seeing. We are on to your game. Okay? So it's not just happening here in the States, guys. It's happening everywhere. So, like the articles that I'm going to read to you today, yeah, they're from the UK. But just because it's in the UK doesn't mean that it cannot be applied here in the US. So, here it is. So, UK shoppers have started mocking their local supermarkets after they noticed that unexpected products had been used to fill aisles and sections that had been left empty due to ongoing shortages. And we're seeing the same thing here. We're seeing it. And I know this because you've told me. And you've actually sent me pictures showing me. Despite, it was like, okay, I had discussed this a couple of weeks ago, how one subscriber had sent me a picture of the coffee aisle, right? And instead of there being coffee on the shelves, they put cookies. Oh my God. It's like, really? Come on. Like we don't know what you're doing? I mean, seriously. So despite retailers warning shoppers to buy early for Christmas. So they're not just pushing that here in the US, they're also pushing it in the UK to start buying Christmas gifts. You know what? Christmas, I mean, you know, yeah. Do we all love Christmas? Sure we do. Okay. You know, Christmas time, Yule time, you know, Yom Kippur and Hanukkah and all everything that gets Thanksgiving, everything that gets celebrated during the holidays. Okay. Even Kwanzaa. Okay. Every holiday that is November and December. Okay. But come on, man. As governments, you should be telling your citizens, your people of your countries to focus on priorities and to prioritize. Fill up your pantries. Remember what Christmas is all about, right? What is the saying? As Christians, keep Christ in Christmas. Maybe that's what you should prioritize. Remember, keep food on your table, keep your electricity on and your water running. I'm sure the kids would be okay if they only got crayons and coloring books this year from the dollar store and not some high-end electronic price, you know, whatever, PS5 or whatever the hell it is they're coming out with this year. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm the only one that thinks along these lines. So, buy early for Christmas to avoid disappointment. To avoid disappointment? You know what? I think kids would be more disappointed if they couldn't eat. If they didn't have light at night to see, if they couldn't take a shower and brush their teeth, I think that would be more of a disappointment if they didn't have gifts under the tree. So, a government minister has said that the supply chain crisis at the UK's largest commercial shipping port is improving. So, Conservative Party co-chairman Oliver Dowden, and it's Dowden, insisted the government is working through these challenges amid a buildup of cargo at UK ports. He told Sky News, "The situation is improving. I'm confident that people will be able to buy toys for Christmas. Some people buy very early for Christmas. My wife is quite an early Christmas shopper. Others buy later. I would say just buy as you do normally. Worry about getting..." Madonna, I'm going to shut up. I'm shutting up. However, supermarket shoppers are still noticing significant shortages in their local shops. One person shared a photograph on Twitter of an entire section in an aisle at their local ASDA, that appeared to have been stocked entirely with Lynx Africa. When they said Brexit would lead to less choice, I didn't expect it to mean that Gloucester, Gloucester, would smell exclusively of Lynx Africa, they tweeted. Another person responded with a photograph of 2 fridge sections in their local supermarket stocked entirely with HP sauce and salad cream. And yeah, that's what my subscriber had sent me, and remember, I put that in the video the other day. Swap it for some salad cream or HP sauce from the fridge section, they wrote. Wouldn't doubt it if that was my subscriber, because she's a wise ass. A third person shared a photograph of their local co-op where it appeared that packets of Celebrations in Quality Street had been placed in baskets usually used for vegetables. Yep, that's our local co-op. Chocolates in the vegetable section too. See? They're doing the same thing over there. Many others responded with photos of empty shelves in their local shops, while others expressed their shock of lack of stock. This can't be genuine. What store? One person wrote. Oh, it's genuine, all right. It's genuine. I mean, you know, we're all saying it. Regardless of what side of the planet you're on, we're all saying it. So, supply crisis. What's for tea? Sweets with brown sauce. This is another article that she sent me. Supermarket managers are showing their creative skills and trying to disguise shortages on their shelves. Bottles of HP sauce and Heinz salad cream, normally found in the condiments aisle, were packed into the chiller at the Co-op store in Harpenden, Hertfordshire, while Quality Street and Celebration chocolates were displayed in the fruit and vegetable section. Shoppers have highlighted other innovative displays to fill the gaps caused by the knock-on effects of a lack of HGV drivers and imported goods, as ASDA store in Gloucester filled rows of shelves with hundreds of boxes of Lynx African deodorant. And Tesco Extra in Cardiff had an enormous display of sunflower oil. Well, not for nothing, but I would stock up on the oil. I would. So here's another one. Co-op says supermarket food shortages at worst level than he's ever seen, driven by Brexit and Rona issues. The boss of the co-op has warned that current food shortages in supermarkets are at worst level than he's ever seen. The retailer is one of a number that has been forced to reduce the range of some products as a result of disruption to supply. Steve Morrell, chief executive of the cooperative group, said the retailer had done so in order to continue serving its customers. He told the Times newspaper, "The shortages are at the worst level than any other time I've seen." Mr. Morrell said the disruption to supply has been driven by Brexit and issues caused by the Rona. The firm is retraining staff as lorry drivers to help fill vacant roles. Road haulage bosses has said There's a shortfall of around 100,000 drivers, partly caused by the exit from the UK during the pandemic of thousands of EU drivers who have not yet returned. Many supermarkets have reported distribution difficulties. Industry groups have also said training for new drivers is taking months, making the shortfall in numbers difficult to resolve quickly. With a huge backlog of HGV driving tests, labor shortages, which have also affected meat packing and fruit picking jobs, have caused shops and fast food restaurants to struggle for stock. Subway and McDonald's are some of the latest victims of the shortages. The latter ran out of milkshakes in most of the UK restaurants due to the ongoing supply problems, and the fast food chain has also been left without bottled drinks across its 1,250 outlets in England, Scotland, and Wales, as the lorry driver shortages take its toll. A spokesman said the group is working hard to return these items to the menu, and it comes a week after the restaurant chain Nando's shut almost 50 restaurants because of the reduced chicken supplies. Wow. Holy Christmas. So then this one, I don't know if this is going to affect us here in the US, but Nestle said that I don't know how to take this, because I don't know if Nestle said this to amp up the buying of Nestle products or what. But the maker of Quality Street has said it's working hard to make sure that the Christmas favorite is on shelves before December 25th. After also being hit by the ongoing supply chain crisis, which is threatening to derail the winter holiday for millions this year. Nestle, which also makes Lion Bars, Aero, Aero, and Kit Kat, admitted it has been experiencing some supply chain problems, but is desperately trying to ensure that its products, including the popular Quality Street tins, are available for Britons this Christmas. Now, Chief Executive Mark Schneider told the BBC, "We are seeing some labor shortages and some transportation issues, but it's our UK's team's top priority to work constructively with retailers to supply them." And when asked whether he could guarantee Quality Street would be in the shops this Christmas, he told the broadcaster, "We are working hard." Industry experts had been warning Britons to buy their Christmas dinner in advance and even keep it in the freezer as fears grow over supermarkets running out of festive items, including pigs in a blanket and other party foods in the run-up to December 25th. And a shortage of butchers could mean that farmers will be forced to throw pigs in a skip because they can't be slaughtered and carved, with 150,000 animals under threat of being culled in the next week. The meat crisis is compounding woes caused by a lack of HGV drivers, availability of fuel at petrol stations, and labor shortages that could lead to a lack of choice this year, with many essential Christmas gifts and food scarce or missing completely. Nearly 2/3 of UK manufacturers plan to raise their prices in the run-up to Christmas due to rising inflation, according to the British Chambers of Commerce. Its survey found 62% of industrial firms expect to increase their prices over the next 3 months, the highest result since the data gathering began at the end of the 1980s and far over the previous record of 38% in 2008. The results suggest families are set for a Christmas crisis of rising costs as they prepare for what is already the most expensive time of year. So they're experiencing it just like we are. And with the cabinet ministers failing to reassure people that supermarkets will be fully stocked this Christmas, and Boris Johnson, even this week, insisting it's not the job of the government to come in and fix every problem. When quizzed about the supply chain crisis, families are now taking matters into their own hands by stocking up on anything with a shelf life just in case. Yeah, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Staff from the supermarket chain Aldi. Oh, they have an Aldi over there too? Oh, that's right, because it's a German supermarket. So yeah, that would be over there. Told consumer journalist Harry Wallop at a Christmas showcase that frozen turkey crowns are already $1,500 a day, and pudding sales are up 45% on last year. And the retailer also revealed that 250,000 chocolate orange bombs have been ordered from its supplier in anticipation that the dessert is likely to be Aldi's biggest hit this Christmas. Marks and Spencer said sales of their frozen Christmas food have skyrocketed by 500% in total on last year as families stockpile more than 25,000 turkeys sold by the start of October, and sales of their party food growing by 40% per week. Iceland revealed this week that people have already begun filling up on festive frozen food, with turkey sales up by 409% compared to this time last year, while the word Christmas reached over 17,000 searches across its website in this past week alone. And Tesco, Tesco, executives have reportedly warned the government that it is worried about panic buying in the run-up to Christmas being far worse than stockpiling that took place at the start of the pandemic last year. According to the trade magazine The Grocer, it comes as Ipsos, IPSOS Mori, MORI, polling reveals panic buying, the crisis, energy crisis, the shortage of HGV drivers, and fuel are some of the biggest concerns Britons have about this winter, with 54% of families worried they can't afford Christmas this year. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Yeah, so I'm going to put all of these links in the description box below for all of you so you can have your references, okay? So you can see that it's not just here. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's everywhere. All right, guys. I love you. I'll see you in the next one. You stay safe. You stay positive. Keep prepping. And as always, fearless.